Hi folks, welcome to Blue and Gold Talk, the video on the channel if you're new. Talks about just anything random that comes out of my mouth. I got no note down, so I'm just gonna wing it tonight. Talk a little bit about the boys, the team, the direction, and the excitement of going into next year. I'm a little dumbfounded why our fans aren't more excited about how we have added some physical players to this team. I was excited last year about Clifton, guys. And this idea, I'm not gonna get into it, that we need Bryson over Clifton is insane, okay? No. We don't need a little tiny guy. We gotta stop with the tiny guy love, okay? We gotta stop with that. Unless we just wanna pat them on the head when they're in the dressing room, come on. No, we need size in this team, we need mean on this team, and we need physical play on this team if we're gonna become champions. I mean, if you guys are good, and you're good with the school children on the team and you want to play, dodgeball and stuff, it's fine. But for me, I see the Sabres as a hockey team. And a hockey team, you might recall under Scotty Bowman, he at one time built the biggest defense in the history of the NHL. Like, this guy was building a big team in our rebuild of '83. I remember that team. He was building like the largest team ever in NHL history, it seemed. They were so big. And you know what? A lot of people don't get just how big the Sabres are because we're so damn soft, right? We're so soft that people lose track. We were one of the top biggest teams in the league last year. We weren't that small. I can pull the numbers out and show you. Not much smaller than, we're bigger than the Bruins, believe it or not. But the Bruins would hit the hell out of you. That's the difference. They're more aggressive. And Clifton brought some of that mean over with him, which I loved. I loved the physical play of this guy. So Clifton has to stay in there no matter what. Give me Clifton over Yoki Haru, Bryson. Give me him any day over these guys, because even if he sucks on the ice, which I don't think he did, but even if he does on a certain night, he's still going to hurt somebody and make them wear an ice pack at the end of the night. That's the difference. So I definitely want to see these physical guys that we've gotten, and I want to see how it transpires into our team. Now, if I'm concerned anything Lindy Ruff, this just came into my head now. If I'm concerned anything Lindy Ruff is the Devils didn't hit enough. They didn't hit enough over there. And the truth is our '06 team didn't either. That wasn't a very physical team, that '06 team. That was one of the greatest teams we had. But they weren't very physical. But come playoff time, a mean streak came out of them. And of course, the transition game was so good. We were just so ahead of everybody that it looked like we couldn't be stopped, and injuries ended it, unfortunately, And here we are almost 2 decades later talking about it. And we haven't done anything since we've traded Briere and Drury. Not traded them, sorry. Let them walk, I should say, in free agency, And people say that was kind of the dumbest thing that we did in free agency. Then you forgot that in '07 we had a shot at the cup. We had to go for it. Don't think Regier wasn't aware he's losing them. It was either move them now, get criticized like hell for killing our playoff chances, our Stanley Cup chances, or go for the cup again in '07. But sorry guys, and I'm sorry Slug fans, but we were never winning a Stanley Cup with the Slug. We're never gonna win a cup in that jersey ever. So that jersey had to go far away. I'm glad it's gone. You won't even see me acknowledge that logo on this channel. My God. I want to see this year a more complete team, okay? And I think we're headed there. I think we will. But what if we don't? This is my biggest fear, I think I'm scarred from all the softness of the last 5 years. Not just the playoff drought. That's what most fans are, that doesn't faze me like it does some other fans. I'm fed up with it. But every year is a different hope, different dream, different team. So really, the 13 years to me has nothing to do with next year. This is a whole different team, different players, different blood in our dressing room. We might win 50 games this year. There's no way to know is what I'm saying, guys. You don't know what you're dealing with, especially in this day and age. Players aren't that intimidated when they get on the ice and they get going. Once they get going, all that's forgotten. You're not thinking about that. You're thinking about the next play you're going to do. It's hockey. It's the way it is. Will the Sabres this year be more physical? That's a big question, right? I mean, it's a big question because we have to be now. And if they're not, I'm going to be screaming probably at Lindy. It's like, Lindy, let the boys loose. You know, let them go out there, let them hit, let them, let them pummel players. I mean, this is what we need to happen this year, guys. We need to be a much more physical team. We got to be, in my opinion, if we're going to make the playoffs, we got to be top 10 in the league in hitting this year. Top 10. Top 10. So, Lindy, if you're out there, I hope you're watching this, get on it, please. The majority of our fan base is fed up with a soft team. We're fed up. Losing's one thing, but being soft and losing is the worst. You know, like even Ottawa, all those years, guys, many years, Ottawa's top 4 in the league in hitting, you know? So DJ Smith wasn't bad of a coach that way. I'll say that about him. I mean, he had the boys out there hitting, and they were still missing the playoffs, but at least it was some self-respect. You go in the dressing room, you know you're a physical team. God, guys, I'd love to get Brady Tkachuk somehow in a deal. Oh my God. Can you imagine, guys, if the Sabres landed Brady Tkachuk in a deal? Listen, I would give up a lot of assets to get him, okay? And people say, no, we're not getting rid of Kulich. Kulich's gone. If we get Brady Tkachuk, see you, Kulich, you can go. We'll have a good career. Good God. I would trade him, Oslin, a first rounder. I would trade a ton to get this guy. Because if we got this guy, the dimension of our team would change like the Florida Panthers did with his brother. That's how much of an impact this guy would have. We'd be like awesome overnight. The Sabres would like thrive with a guy like that in the lineup. Oh my God. Can you imagine if we had a guy like that? I can't believe the Habs took Kotkaniemi over that guy. This is why Habs fans are delusional when it comes to their contracts and their players, and there's a lot of things. Sorry guys, my back is still bad. Yeah, I don't know why I just thought about the Tkachuk thing. Oh my God, if we could get Brady Tkachuk. Guys, we'd have a player in our lineup, a forward that can throw 10 hits a night. Like, oh my God. And he could get 30 goals, you know? Like, I would lose my mind. I'd lose my mind. I'd be predicting the Sabres are going to the conference finals right away if we got a guy like that. Anything. Please, Ottawa. If you're willing to trade him, please give us a call. We'll overpay, okay? We'll overpay to get that guy. And I think I'm right to say that. We'd all agree with it. Because you got a guy like that, he's young. He's not like 35. He's young. And you can have that guy for years on your team. Oh my God. It blows me away that Ottawa has a guy like that and they can't do nothing over there. It's unbelievable. Really. But I guess they could say the same thing when we had Eichel. I would have traded Eichel for Brady Tkachuk straight up, no hesitation, right away. Or Matthew Tkachuk. I said it years ago on the channel, so I can prove it. I would have traded those guys straight up for Eichel, no questions asked. No questions asked because it's a more complete hockey player. More complete. Eichel has that deceptive speed, and he's talented. He's good. But he doesn't have the guts those two have. Those two have a lot of guts, you know? That's the difference. They're the all-around perfect hockey players, my God. Oh. All right, I'm going to drop the Tkachuk thing. So let's talk a little bit about goaltending, guys. I guess we'll talk about goaltending. I do believe it's going to be Levi number 1. I believe UPL will be number 2 this year. And I do believe that Reimer will get some games in. He will still get some games in here. He's not going to, you know, if they let Levi play. I think it's a stupid move of our organization saying, we got to give him more training in the AHL. No, he already destroyed the AHL, okay? So please, he's an NHL goalie playing in the AHL because we're paranoid. It's like, no, it's enough. Bring him up. Bring him up. He's going to be our number 1 goalie, so bring him up. Sorry, UPL fans. It's going to be Levi. He's going to be our number 1. I'm so sure of it, you know. I guess I'll need more proof that he's just not an NHL goalie or something, because I'm positive he's going to be a great goalie. But what if they're both going to be great? What if UPL turns into a really good goalie, but we got that cloud hanging over our heads in a few weeks? If we don't get this done, if we don't get this contract done and it goes to arbitration, UPL will not be in the Sabres within 2 years, 3 years from now. Look what's going on with Swayman in Boston after arbitration last year, guys. Think about it. Is he going to sign? I think so, because I think they had to get rid of Allmark or they're going to lose Swayman. And I've been saying for years, Swayman's the goalie, not Allmark. Allmark, to me, is a big, overrated goalie. I've never been a fan of him. I never will be. Never will be. And I don't like what he did to the Sabres, the way he walked out, and he's a traitor. But I think when it comes to Swayman, they did the right thing, Boston. You got to keep the younger, better goalie. And I think that's what the Sabres would do. If push came to shove, I'll tell you right now, we will trade UPL before we will trade Devin Levi, folks. That I'm convinced. 100%. And at least I know Adams is on board that way with that. It would have to be some sort of a miracle to pry, dare I say, Brady Tkachuk. Would I do it? Yes. Yes. Oh, I hate to admit it, but I would. If Devin Levi had to be part of it, let's say Devin Levi and Kulik. Oh boy, that would be ugly, right? But to get a guy like Brady Tkachuk, guys, how often does that come in the draft at all? It doesn't. You know, I can't believe the Habs let that one slip out of their fingers. My goodness. Can you imagine if the Canadians would have made the finals with him a few years back? Imagine. Can't even think what might have happened. So these are just some thoughts running through my head. I'm excited I still think we're going to do something top six, guys. I do. I can't pinpoint it. I can't figure it out. Will it be a left side guy? Probably be a left winger, I'm guessing. But even if it's not, we can figure that out, right? There's ways to figure that out. You know, you got some wingers that play both, so not too concerned about that. But these are just some thoughts ringing in my head, guys, tonight. I'm excited. I'm excited about the year. I'm excited about how physical we're going to be. Goaltending. I'm excited about Devin Levi this year. I don't want to forget about him. Let's not forget about Devin Levi. This is a big part of our future. We need him this year to be a regular in the NHL this year. And UPL, if he doesn't sign and this goes to arbitration, usually that relationship is irreparable after. Usually it's irreparable most of the time after. So we'll see. I don't think it'll go to arbitration, but if it does, not good. Just not good. Mullenstein, I'm not so worried about. He doesn't have a prior, relationship with Adams. He's just trying to develop one now, and he wants to make sure he doesn't get burned. So who knows? All right, guys, my back is giving out. Done for the night, and I'll see you guys soon. Let's get editing. Have a great one.